file or doing child trafficking, right? You have you have these you have these like how are you gonna wash that money? How are you going to get $15,000? I'm assuming that's the going rate because these are the images that we see online behind the conspiracy, right? So how are you gonna wash $15,000? And if you're doing this enough, that's really crazy, right? So what do? You sell luxury items. That's the only way to really wash the money. I mean, when you're an artist and you painted a painting that took you an hour to do, but you sell it for $15,000, that's an easy way to wash money, right? Now, I'm not saying any knock on the artist. I'm just trying to make a point that you have a storage cabinet that is objectively priced, okay, and no government entity is going to tell you can't sell a cabinet at whatever price you want to sell it at. But what is actually happening, in my opinion, is that these people have a network. Let's call it Epstein and I don't know, whatever, whoever other built Prince Andrew, and they're like, all right, look, you wanna have this girl, right? This whatever. Okay, here's a link. Go buy it. Go buy from Wayfair this link. I'm gonna get that money clean, and I'm gonna finagle
Mm,
this to you somehow,
finagle.
and then
Damn.
and then Wayfair gives the third party, the seller, the option of either fulfillment by Wayfair or fulfillment by your own, like, or you handle it. I'm just the website that you post your shit on. You see?
I feel you. I
So
mean, in that
they must
sense,
know what's going on then.
well, but it
Well,
is way fair.
it is, but does Wayfair know what you're selling if they never touch the product?
But they're
Right.
putting it on the website though, and
Yeah,
they
but
have to hold some sort of accountability for what's being posted. So I'm sure they have to do their background research and saying, okay, the same questions that people are asking: why the hell is a computer desk $10,000? They have to
so
know what's going on.
Like if it says made in China, like is this kid really being sent from China? You might want to have some documentation that proves it.
yeah, I mean that's a valid point. This is why it's a theory, right? So I think that's the baseline foundation for everything. But let's talk
Damn, that's
about
super crazy,
let's
bro.
talk about
That's,
like the nitty gritty, right? Should a company like Wayfair be checking the custom seals or the custom packages? Is everything made in the USA? Like, what do you think? How do you think this is getting the intricacies of it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what quality assurance they have on other products, but everything on Wayfair is pretty expensive as it is. And I bought some furniture from there a couple of weeks ago too, and the quality was all right.
God, you motherfucker.
Huh? We're contributing to Wayfair.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You actually, so this is like an actual. It's a famous, like it's known, it's common. It's like IKEA for.
Yeah, man, it's huge. They got fucking commercials all over the place.
Okay, but it's a new because I never heard of this before.
Wayfair's been I've heard about them since I got out of college. That was 2015, I think. Now I don't know if they were before or not, but I remember because I used to work for a company that did events, and we would have to buy stuff sometimes from
Motherfucker
Wayfair.
went to school for like 8 years.
No, I did go to school for years.
He became a doctor, by the way, guys. So don't think
No, I didn't.
he
No.
was wasted. Don't think he was like some, business administration.
It was hospitality, management, and tourism. I drank way too much beer and learned too much about wine.
I mean, I didn't. I don't want to kick somebody when they're down, but
And then here I am drinking the finest.
the finest, dude. One thing that you brought up. I mean, if we take away what the conspiracy is about and the victims that can be affected by this, it's actually a genius business format because you're doing your crime, like selling your product, your illegal product, and you're also laundering the money
As you're
at the
doing
same time.
That's the only way it made sense to me when I saw it. And I mean, this is not, like I said, I didn't see anybody claim this is actually how it's happening because Wayfair's still in business, right? They're under investigation, I'm sure, but how else are they going to do it,
Dude, their stock hasn't even dropped.
I know.
I went online to see, damn, this company must be hurting from a PR perspective. No, It's actually gone a few cents up.
Yeah.
Like what? These guys also provide child services. I mean, they're diversifying their stock. I mean, this is good buying options, guys. Get on this.
You can buy a kid here.
Diversify your portfolio. I mean, no, but think about it this way, bro. Like, who the fuck, dude? This is a crazy topic, and I know like we got into it because it has to do with like pedophilia and shit. But on another, like, I didn't even think of this, Steven. You really brought up a good point. Like anyone that has like an illegal business can, like, dude, imagine you sell drugs, right? And you need to get a payment done by someone in the US so that you can bring the drugs into the US. Normally, you will need to find a way to also return the money back to your country, right? Like, and usually that's the hardest part because the money is a lot more bulky than the product. You know what I mean? Like the cocaine, right? And a few bricks that translated into money, even in the highest bills, the $100 bills, is still a lot more bulk. So the main challenge for drug dealers or, kingpins, whatever, is not even getting the drugs to the US. It's getting the money back. That's the hardest part. And also that's the risk, right? Like that's actually your profit. So imagine you have someone that buys drugs from you in the US. And then instead of him giving you this cash money and you just tell him, go to this website and buy this cabinet or buy the whole house furniture, right? And spend $50,000.
Yeah.
I get that on my account. On the website, it indicates that we're going to process that, not the website. Like, don't worry, we'll fulfill this. And then who the fuck is going to check that this guy got a bunch of cabinets to his house?
Exactly.
Right? I mean, you can even do an invoice and everything and just not, or you know what? Deliver this shit. Get some fucking company in China to make you some cheap ass fucking piece of shit cabinets, and you do deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
You even have like bro, this is crazy, but there's gotta be some shit there's gotta be something that the US could do, because otherwise they would have done this in the past. The US isn't stupid about taxes. That fucking Uncle Sam will fucking search you.
Yeah. Adrian, what do you think? I mean,
I'm thinking, I don't know how much the FBI or the IRS goes into each individual business transaction. If they were to go and see, okay, they bought these products from China at this rate, but they're receiving this amount of profit, and then that sets up some red flags that they have there. I don't know if that goes into the picture. I don't know all the intricacies that go behind it. I don't know if the FBI or the IRS or whoever looks at these companies, or if they're looking at companies at all times just to make sure that everyone's kind of playing, by the rules.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that makes sense because you do have to tell. Yeah, that's actually interesting. Like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a minute, I thought we were getting into like some really deep shit, and now I'm like, we're just like developing some like normal ass shit that the government's already having. Like, like it seems like maybe it might be correct that the government would check. Okay, how much you purchase this for? $100? How much you selling it for? $10,000? Yeah, there's something fucking wrong here.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, but on to what scale, right? So I agree with you. Well, that makes total sense. But how much are they really into each individual product? And is that a homemade? Are you buying it from a supplier? Are you making it yourself? Are you an artist who's making a limited 1 or 2 piece kind of thing, or are you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there are companies that make a living out of making shell companies on top of shell companies, and it's not about stopping them at first. It's about getting enough on them to stop them, and then they switch over and make another company.